guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are continuing my original Pokemon region. So I loved your guys' comments and support of the last video. I had a blast making it, so for sure, I really wanted to continue this series, and I foresee it being a long-term thing, just because I just have so much fun with it. So today, for this episode, we're going to be doing the first route Pokemon that you would experience, probably in one of the early routes right after you get your first starter Pokemon, and I was really excited to do this one. I'm doing this live on Twitch. If you want to stop by and hang out while I do some live art and make stuff for videos, stop by twitch.tv/KMcCaigue. But today we are going to be doing the first route Pokemon. So I chatted with the Twitch chat and we decided to do the bird Pokemon first. So usually what it seems to be like in early routes is there's like a bird type and then some type of like rodent type, and then potentially another like reptile, like at least for what I think of like first and foremost. I'm probably gonna get corrected by Pokemon fans, but I remember in like the first games it was like a Pidgey, a Rattata, and then a little bit later you like encounter an Ekans. So I thought we could do a little 3-part series of these route Pokemon and their subsequent evolutions. So to start with the bird Pokemon first for the route, I wanted to highlight both our state bird and one of my favorite birds here in Arizona. So first of all, I wanted to do the cactus wren. So this is our state bird. The cactus wren is like a small bird that burrows into the cacti around the valley, and they're really cute and I just love them. They're like really fluffy little cute things. I don't see as many, at least near my home. I see them occasionally, but usually if you go out further north or south, you'll see them a little bit more, at least from where I'm located. And then along with that, I thought it'd be really cool to incorporate in the evolutions a Roadrunner. You see these everywhere, at least around here. I'm kind of like south of Phoenix, and we're near some desert area, but I for sure see more Roadrunners than Cactus Wren on a day-to-day basis. But I love them. I think they're really cool. And I remember when I was younger, just hanging out at my grandmother's, I seem to have just seen a lot of birds at my grandmother's. Maybe it's just the part of town she lived in. I would see them here and there along with the quail and other birds, and I love these. I think they have so much personality, and I love the color patterning and just their overall look. So I think combining these two in our first route Pokemon will be really cool, and I think it's a great place to start. So let's get in. I'm gonna kind of sketch out what I'm thinking, because what I'm thinking is we'll start with a cactus wren as like the first evolution, and then the second evolution will go into this more Roadrunner look. So let's jump in and get those started. Beep, beep. All right, let's jump into the rough sketches for these Pokemon. So I've been trying to do a little bit more research during these drawing processes just to make sure that my Pokemon look like Pokemon, because like I said in the previous video, I'm not really used to drawing in this more cartoony style, but I'm really digging it. It's actually been really good to push myself outside my normal comfort zone in general, because I wouldn't consider my style realism, so to say, but for sure it's very different than a very cartoon stylized style, I guess. It's kind of like an in-between of like realism and then I don't even know what you'd call the other half of my style. I guess just kind of not realistic. I don't even know. Like kind of realistic, kind of cartoony, but to go full cartoony has been really interesting, but also super fun to do. So this one was a blast to create. I really loved making the really small, cute, pudgy cactus wren. I thought that was like the perfect little sketch. And then I really wanted to experiment with these different Roadrunner designs. And I talk about it here in another minute or two, but I was going back and forth on if I wanted this to be a one evolution to like a second to a third, or if it could be a one evolution that leads into evolving into 2 other evolutions. All right, we are all done with these initial sketches, and I'm starting to kind of feel a little bit more comfortable with a more like Pokemon style. This one still proved to be a little difficult since it's very outside of my usual coloring style, but I'm really liking how this is looking. So for this first evolution, I really wanted to highlight, like I said, the cactus wren and make that the primary focus. So I thought a cute little fluffy bird would be best with kind of like minimal detailing. And then on the Twitch chat, I had a wonderful suggestion from one of the viewers to do a region-specific evolution. So I was going back and forth on if I wanted it to be one evolution to maybe a second and it stops there, but we brainstormed and thought of a really fun idea on Twitch, which was basically depending on where you evolve this one, it will evolve into one of these two evolutions. So this first one would be normal flying. The second evolution here would be electric flying. And then this third one would be grass flying. Basically, you start with your cactus wren evolution, and then we're kind of thinking that when you are in maybe a very particular part in the game, like maybe a certain open desert area, it would evolve into this more lightning-based roadrunner. And then if you were in more densely foliaged area, or maybe even by more like cacti, or basically just more foliage in general, it would evolve into this grass type. I thought this would be really fun to add as like an environment-based evolution, because I don't really see that in previous games. I think there was one in the new Sword and Shield, if I remember correctly. It was like the Tombstone Pokemon or something. I can't remember for sure. It's been a little while. But I think that one you had to go to a very specific place to get it to evolve. So I think it'd be really fun if these ones evolved based off of their environment. I love how this is going. I am really digging these two different designs for the further evolution, and this little first one is just adorable. So I'm gonna jump in, do the line art and color, and we'll be done. I'll see you guys in a minute. So time to jump in and start the line art and color for this first route Pokemon. So I've been having a lot of fun brainstorming these Pokemon in general, and it's just so satisfying to see them come together. Like I said earlier in the voiceover, this has been a really fun exercise of trying out a different style and a different look in general, and I've been finding it very satisfying and cool to just see my style pushed. So I really like how these three Pokemon were coming together. Like I said just earlier, we have our first Pokemon, which is a normal flying, and then we have our second, well, I guess first of second evolutions, which would be a electric flying, and then our third of second of second evolutions, second of second evolutions, we have the grass flying. And I really liked basically this double evolution idea, I guess, depending on where you are. Like I said previously, I was just thinking about how, I don't know, I can't remember many other Pokemon in the games being like this in terms of having those evolutions depending on location. I can only just think of the one from Sword and Shield, but I really was excited to explore this avenue on like where these would evolve. So I thought let's talk about kind of the lore behind this Pokemon then and really establish where they would evolve. So at least in my thought process, you know, here in Arizona, specifically in the desert, we have, I guess, different patches that are more foliage filled and less foliage filled. So it's really hard to figure out exactly what we would do, I guess, for like a Pokemon location. But it might be fun to have, like, let's say the lightning type was in an area that had like really cool big rock pillars. I know they're not like lightning rods, so to say. That's not how that would work, like physics-wise. But I just think it would be really cool to have like these really big rock pillars and maybe like a just all sandy area, maybe a little bit of shrubberage, but not much going on there. It'd be cool if it was just like kind of big open expanse, big red rocks. I think that'd be really cool. And then at least for the grass type, if you wanted to evolve it in that location, it would be really interesting to have maybe like an oasis, you know, in the middle of the desert that has more cactus and other plants that do survive. They survive on less water, but they do better with water around. So maybe like a cool like oasis with like some really cool cactus would be really cool. Maybe there would be other like cactus type Pokemon that would be around. I'm just really excited to think about like location wise. So if you guys have ideas of like what this location would be, like would it be a specific place? Because the one I was thinking of from Sword and Shield, you have to like go through a certain archway to make it evolve. So I don't know if we want to be that specific, but maybe it's more like this certain route has a certain design quality to it, and that's the best place to evolve this. Or even better, like, let's just say that if you want to guarantee that type, you would have to go to that route, but then this could still evolve depending on where you are. So let's say you are just on a normal route that's in the desert. You might get a 50-50 chance of one or the other, but let's say, I'm just going to throw out a number like Route 12. That one is the desert with the red rocks, and Route 15 is desert with cactus. I know I totally threw out random numbers, but I'm just curious what you guys think of mechanics for this, because it would be really fun to brainstorm like how this would work mechanically, or like if you would want a guaranteed place, would you just like make it random, or like maybe when it evolves it's either in tall grass, or there's maybe Pokemon that are just out in the desert. I'm trying to think with like Sword and Shield, it was very much like you could go through grass or tall grass and find Pokemon, but then there was other times they were just walking around outside of grass. So if we went off of that mechanic instead of like the original Pokemon games mechanic where you had to be in grass to encounter Pokemon, or like in a cave to encounter Pokemon, maybe it would be that type of situation to be more like Sword and Shield, where you could be in the middle of the desert, encounter something, level this up, and then evolve it, and then same with like in amongst cactus or near grass. I just can't wait to see what you guys say. All right, we are all done with these drawings, and I love these guys. This is such a fun design, and I had a blast. At first, with like this grass evolution, I was wanting the wing to kind of look like the patterning on a cactus, like with the little like dots and little nubs that the spines would come out of, but I was like, wait, we could just pull the design that I did in the wing to this one. And it was kind of fun to bring certain aspects of the first evolution into the second evolutions. So like this first one, I was mimicking the black patterning on its chest as like lightning bolts unintentionally, but I was like, hey, that one can go into this lightning design. And then the wing pattern, it was the same thing. I was just trying to replicate and simplify the coloring of the cactus wren, and I'm like, wait, no, this works great for this wing design. And I think it worked out splendidly. I really am happy with how these turned out. So I would love to hear your guys' name suggestions for these ones. I will probably announce it with the next route Pokemon, but let me know what names you think we should give them, as well as if you have any fun moves or like special abilities this one would have. I would love to hear that also in the comments down below. But anyway, thank you guys again so much for stopping by and checking out this video. And if you aren't already, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, join our little community, hit the like button too if you like this Pokemon series I'm doing, and leave any suggestions of like different Pokemon I should do for this series. Like I said, we're gonna do 2 more route Pokemon. I know I need to do my legendaries and then the 2 more evolutions for our starter Pokemon. So we got quite a few to go, and I'm really excited to continue this, but I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everybody.